Welcome to Building Buzz. I'm your host, Chris Budihas, and I have the pleasure joining me here in the studio is Shannon Nazworth with Ability Housing. Shannon, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
It's going to be a great one. I'm looking forward to 2025.
I am very much, yes.
So great. So let's talk about Ability Housing. What is Ability Housing?
Sure. We're a nationally known nonprofit that does affordable housing.
Yeah.
So we build apartment communities or rehab existing properties and provide them at rents that are well below market rents.
Wow.
So that, the people who are working in our communities can afford to live near where they work
Yeah.
and can, raise stable families and thrive in our communities.
And how long has Ability Housing been around?
We became Ability Housing in 2006. So
Okay.
we're
It's been a while.
almost 20 years. Yeah.
And so it's interesting, 2006. So the first housing crisis,
Yep.
you lived through that. Congratulations. And then you lived through COVID. And now we're in this back end of COVID under this current economy.
Yeah.
So you mentioned off camera, people really have different perceptions of what what is affordable housing. So can you tell us what affordable housing is?
Sure. What I'll start with is we all need affordable housing.
Amen.
It's just the price point that is different.
Okay.
And so when I use the term affordable housing, I'm talking about housing that is below market rent that needs assistance from the government or some other subsidy because the rents that the people can afford, the market cannot provide that level of rent. So if you're working a single job, you're a minimum wage worker, you're working full time, even doing overtime, and you have 2 kids, you can't afford the rent for that apartment.
Yeah.
The market just doesn't provide that. It's not that you're not working hard. It's not that you're not doing your end of, what needs to be done.
Yeah.
It's just the market has changed, and we're all aware. I mean, in the last couple of years,
We do know.
the rents have gone absolutely crazy. And, in addition to that, along with that, unfortunately, as a community, we're seeing a lot of seniors on fixed incomes
Scary.
who are now becoming homeless because they simply can't keep up with the cost increase.
Yeah, I see this in the city, between St. Augustine and Jacksonville. I go down and you see the exponential rise. There's always, there's some addiction, there's some mental health issues, but that's not it. It's well beyond that. And people are falling in these predicaments because they just can't afford it anymore. It's crazy, with 3 adult children in their 20s who can't afford their rent, knock on wood, it could potentially get worse because salaries are not keeping pace with inflation right now.
And they have not for decades.
Yeah. So you guys, you do this rehabilitation. Are you managing these properties?
So right now we have hired a third party to do the management, but we have a whole staff that does nothing but make sure they do their job the way we want them to do their job. We are, as a nonprofit, we're in this for the long haul. We are going to own these for decades and keep them affordable, which means they have to be well run and well maintained.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna break this down in 2 parts. So folks that may be in need, they hear this, this episode, how do they find you, and what's the qualifications potentially to be put in your program?
Absolutely. What I would recommend is go to abilityhousing.org.
Okay.
Every property is a little bit different. I can't give you a blanket, criteria. And candidly, depends on which one has some vacancies at the moment because the waiting list is long.
I can imagine.
But in addition to that, we can also help with possibly some other resources.
Okay.
And I will say one other thing they could do to go to is floridahousingsearch.org. That is a statewide database for all affordable housing across the state. So that also might be a resource to find something.
That's wonderful. And then we have a very gracious community here in Northeast Florida. So for those who feel compelled to give time, talent, and treasure, how can they help?
Absolutely. So of course, as a nonprofit, we will always take a charitable donation.
Yeah.
But honestly, from a broad perspective, what can you, your business, your church, your civic group, how can you get involved in affordable housing? Maybe your church has extra land that once was going to be an additional school or something like that, and you're just not going to be doing that anymore. Is that a good site for affordable housing? Reach out. Maybe we can help make that happen. Just when you're thinking of, people think of this as somebody else's problem to solve, and it's all of ours problem.
It's everybody's problem, right?
It really is. It's not government. It's not nonprofit. Every one of us have to be part of the solution. Figure out how you can be part of the solution.
No, I appreciate it. Any final words before we wrap up?
Just thank you very much. We're really looking forward to a great 25.
We are too. And I tell you, spreading the message matters, right? Because if people don't understand that this is a problem and they don't understand they can actually affect it, then we're not going to get better as a community and a society.
Absolutely. And if people have misperceptions about who is living in affordable housing, it just makes it that much harder. It's this assistant in the school helping the teacher teach your child. That is literally who we're talking about.
Yeah. we're going to take all that contact information and put in our show notes and share it with the greater audience. So thanks again. Thanks for what you do.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I look forward to helping build a housing however I can with my time, talent, and treasure also. So thank you.
Shannon. I will hold you to that.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am. Please do. Hey, folks, please share us. Connect with us on LinkedIn. Take a look at our show notes. Hey, take a look at Ability Housing. See how you can help out. Or if you have somebody that's in need, have them reach out and take a look and see if they qualify. A lot of people in need out there. As a greater community, we can help each other out. We'll see our next segment. Live with gratitude.